If you are experiencing any symptoms of coronavirus, the number to call is 0509 497 700 or 055 843 9868. It's really, really important to report it, and health officials will come to your attention wherever it is that you are. We do have Akosua Konadu Yiadom. She is the state registered nutritionist. It's still Heritage Month, and we're discussing nutritional benefits of the meals we eat every day. And today we'll be looking at Koobi. Good morning, Akosua.
Good morning, Dziffa.
How are you?
I'm fine. The way you said Koobi is just full of excitement.
What is Koobi for the viewers who might not know what Koobi is?
Okay, Koobi is our way of terming a certain food. We all know tilapia, but we add something to it, and we are attracted to the fact that it comes with a whole lot of salt in there. So it is basically tilapia as a fish, but it has to go through certain processes to have that hard, I don't know if it's meat, hard food or fish we have. So that is Koobi for us, and it's something that is common. I don't know how guys call it or whatever, but I know that when you say Koobi everywhere, it's something you can find. This is
so
what,
there you have it on your
so
screen.
that is Koobi, what we all know. Yes, Koobi to be, but it's basically made using tilapia.
Salted, dried tilapia.
Thank you for the English language.
We're just making it up. We're making it up.
Oh, but it works.
It works.
It works. It works for us.
Yes.
It works for me.
We'll make it work for today.
I've endorsed it. It works for me.
Hey guys, don't forget that throughout the conversation with Akosua, if you have any questions or comments or contributions, let us know with the hashtag Breakfast Daily, and the WhatsApp line is 0550585832. If you're outside Ghana, the country code is +233. So Akosua, Koobi.
Yes.
Where do we start from? We know there's protein, but what else? What else do we get?
Okay, so you know that you have to do something to the tilapia. Okay, there is some amazing benefits as far as tilapia is concerned as a fish. And you spoke of protein. We have calories. As far as carbohydrate is concerned, we have fats in fish. And we know that one of the fats, one of the most important things about fish has to do with the fact that it is blessed with essential fats. We are talking about the omega fatty acids. And so if you are taking fish, we know that you are assured of something good as far as fat is concerned, or healthy fats. And if you take 100 grams or one medium to large size of fish, that is equivalent to 100 grams, you are assured of 40% of protein.
Wow.
Yes, and that is like 160 calories.
So
and you are, yes, it's very good, and you are assured of 5% as far as carbo is concerned. That is also 20 calories. And if you are assured of 3% of fat, that is also equivalent to 27 calories. So taking tilapia as one fish, you are getting 200 or plus calories, between 200 to 210 calories. From your daily needs as far as caloric intake is concerned, from just one fish. Yeah, so if you are taking, let's say, kenke with tilapia, with some vegetables, with a bit of avocado in there, and making sure that your plate is looking colorful as far as vegetables, as far as whatever, if it's pepper or shito, or whatever you want to go with it, you know that in my plate, at least I am being assured of 200 from just protein. And we know that fish is one of the most healthiest sources as far as protein is concerned in the world.
Okay.
So if you are taking fish, it's a good substitute. As far as we being challenged, people are kind of uncomfortable, a bit scared when it comes to consumption of protein because of saturated fats and the health challenges it is posing to our people, or to us as a people, as a continent. And so if I am taking fish instead of game, instead of now, because of what is happening, we are being told to be careful as far as what we are even consuming is concerned. And so
which is something we should have been doing before coronavirus anyway.
Yes, so if I am staying off that grass cutter and I am getting fish, at the end of the day, why am I taking it? If it's for protein, I am assured of having same protein with regards to the fish I am taking. And so it's a healthier alternative if you're a vegetarian or a partial vegetarian, if you're not a vegan. If you're a partial vegetarian who wouldn't go hard or if you're a pesco-vegetarian, meaning that you take fish, you don't take red meat, it means that you are short of your protein, because most of the thing with vegetarians has to do with the fact that what do I eat now that I can't eat this?
Especially for your iron intake, right?
Yes, so for iron, if I have fish and you are taking meat, go to hell with your meat. I am getting the same protein and same iron supply as far as fish is concerned. So it is blessed with healthy fats, and healthy fat is very good. The fact that we speak about fat doesn't mean that everything about fat is bad, because we have saturated fats, we have unsaturated fats, and the saturated fats are what poses threat to our health as individuals. So if I'm getting that same fat from fish, it means that it is me doing my body some goodness. Yes, and we know that fish is loaded in protein. Once protein is in mind, it has to do with immune strengthening. Now, with what is happening, we also told nutrition sits heavily in this conversation, and we are told to eat foods. And other examples have come across as far as the WHO website is concerned, telling us to make sure we are constantly eating something that will boost our immune health. And so if taking fish can make sure your immunity is worked on, it means that, yes, even in these hard times, fish is doing us some good. And then protein for repair. Dziffa, we are healing because there are nutrients in our body. It's not by magic. Yeah. We are healing. We are having a change as far as our skin is concerned, as far as how we look. For women, how we are glowing, how our hair is growing firmer, stronger, how we are looking as individuals, because there are some minerals and vitamins helping us to make sure that we are achieving that. And so once repair is in the process, if I am sick, I am recovering, it means that repair has to happen. If I have a cut, if I have a wound, if there is anything that needs repair as far as my body is concerned, you are assured of having it when you consuming fish. And it's very low as far as caloric intake is concerned. So if I can take one medium to large or large size or 100 grams of tilapia, and I am getting this from it. Dziffa, do you know that after taking one tilapia, you wouldn't even need a lot as far as what you are adding, banku? Can you finish?
But do we lose any nutrients from transforming the tilapia to Koobi?
Yeah, so we've spoken a lot about the tilapia itself. Now, Koobi, I said that we are going to talk about how to make our own Koobi in the house, because we know that a year to some time ago, it became a serious public health issue, with the FDA stepping in as far as how some of our market women were processing our dear Koobi using formalin, which shouldn't be taken, because this is what we use to preserve dead bodies. And so if it is sitting on the Koobi, their excuse was that it prevents flies from just stepping on it, because definitely when they step on it, they will die. So they don't come closer to the Koobi. And so, yes, if you do that, obviously you do some harm as far as the nutrient value of the food or the tilapia is concerned. But interestingly, Dziffa, what you are using as far as the salt is concerned can also help you as far as improving on it. So we have various type of salt. In Ghana, every salt we salt, every pente. So we have unrefined salt. An example of an unrefined salt is Celtic sea salt. So it's an example of unrefined salt. And what this means is that every natural element, we need over 80 minerals and elements for our survival as human beings. And if you are taking unprocessed salt, it means that you are having every goodness. It doesn't mean that I'm vouching or I am ruling out iodinated.
That's what the salt looks like.
There's an example of kosher. Or it's also another type of sea salt. It's another type of salt. But I am focusing, or you can use what we have here. They call it in the market adango. I don't know what to call it in Chi, but it's rocky. That salt is rocky. And then we have one Hawaiian sea salt. I believe it's found in Hawaii. That's why they called it that. That one is also pinkish in color. We have the Himalayan. It's another salt type. It's Himalayan pink crystal salt. And that one is found in a country, Himalayas or something in Pakistan. And it is believed that that salt has everything God gave to it intact. It is not being deprived of every goodness every nutritive value of that salt is intact.
So what kind of minerals or nutrients would you get from such
Okay, so
salt?
Dziffa, it helps regulate our blood sugar levels.
Okay.
It helps with our immunity. It helps with our bone health. So yes, salt can be a very dicey conversation for us to have. I'm even focusing on this and giving you the types because we still want to be enjoying our Koobi. Is such a serious delicacy in Ghana, and the fact that salt is not too good, the sodium chlorides are not good, doesn't prevent even people from consuming their Koobi. But we can do the Koobi in the house using the right ingredients, just to make sure that in as much as we are taking something away from the Koobi, we are making sure that every ingredient being used, the main ingredient is the tilapia and the salt.
Okay.
The
so
salt.
how do we do it in our homes?
Okay, so now let me say we
Koobi?
have the Himalayan pink crystal salt. You can find it in the supermarket or the grocery shop. Yes, look for it, you'll find it. Or if you have the Celtic sea salt is also healthier. You have all the elements and minerals intact because you just need to evaporate the water, and it means that everything is intact. Just water has been taken out of it. So if, let's say, I'm using the sea salt, or you can find the Himalayan pink, it's pinkish in color, salt, sorry, pepper green. What's pepper green here?
Nobody heard pepper. I didn't even
So
hear
if,
pepper.
let's say,
Continue.
I'm using my Himalayan, or what we have common here in Ghana, the sea salt or the Celtic salt or the kosher salt. Dziffa, now you get a basin. I'm going to do 300 grams. 300 grams is like 3 pieces. I'll give you one, myself one, Kweku one.
Okay.
So we have 300 grams of our fish.
Okay.
And then we make sure we take the gills and the fin, not the fin cover. There is no Koobi on the market that comes with the fish. That you see when you open the gills, the gill cover, there is this red thing.
Yes.
That's the gills. You need to make sure it comes
Take it out
to prevent it from going stale.
Ah,
Yes,
okay.
and then for me, I want to take the gills and the fins of the dorsal. Hey, we are describing the fish, so you have to take the fins and the gills off just to make sure that the shelf life of the fish or
Will
the
be
Koobi
longer,
will be longer. So now this is an example of a fish. So the gills are the gill cover
will be
will be
what you see.
under.
Yeah.
So that's the
what you see
reddish
right there.
thing. So
Yes.
let's take this fish on the screen. You take the gill off, and the fins, that is what is around the fish. You take that off. You can leave the tail. For me, I'll trim it a bit.
Okay.
Now, after washing it, after taking the gills off, you now wash it to make sure the blood and everything is out.
Okay.
Now you leave it. You clean it. You can wipe it with a clean napkin, and then get a basin.
Okay.
When you get the basin, now you make sure it is wiped. There is no water
So it
in
has
there.
to be dry.
It has to be dry.
Okay.
So you can just wipe the fish. Whatever we will do, we'll make sure all the excess comes out. Now you pour some of your salt. You need a lot of salt.
Okay.
Because you only use the tilapia and the salt, so you have to make sure there is a lot of salt there. Now
Put a lot of salt in the bowl.
then, with what you took out, as far as the fins and everything you don't need out, just to prolong the shelf life, to prevent it from going stale, you now push a lot of the salt
in there.
Okay. Push a lot of salt in there. In fact, suffocate the fish with a lot of a lot of
So
salt.
there's no such thing as over-salting the
No,
tilapia.
just make sure there is a lot of salt, because when you are cooking it in the house, if now you want to reduce the salt in there, you can soak it in water
and then it'll come
to
back
make
out.
sure a lot of the salt comes out. The reason why it's so salty is that we just put everything, we wash it with some water and put it there.
Yeah.
But ideally, you should soak it to
For how
get.
long?
Well, if I know that I'll be making, let's say, lunch, I am making brodia kontomire, asanka kontomire with Koobi, then you can now decide to soak. You don't have a time for
frame,
it.
okay.
But obviously, I know a woman who can even soak it in lukewarm water or warm water for like overnight. She just doesn't want a lot
that
because she
salt.
has issue with her blood pressure. So the discretion is left to you.
Okay.
So you can soak it based on your own discretion. But you can soak it some 31 hour
Then you're fine.
to cooking, yes. So obviously me storing it or doing it for long will have less salt than you doing it over a short period. So now afterwards you cover the surface with a lot of salt too.
So you stuff salt
Into the fish.
Into the fish. Then you put.
But first
of all,
even
it's
into
on top
the
of salt
basin.
anyway.
On the
So you
basin,
pour
in
salt
the basin.
In the basin. Put the fish
stuff
on the
the
salt,
fish
stuff more salt
everywhere,
and then
another salt on it. Then you get a clean napkin.
Okay.
Now you spread a clean napkin on top of your stuffed fish, and then you sprinkle some more salt into it. Now you can get hardboards or cardboards.
Okay.
Cut them to make sure every space the area is all covered. Then you can put stones on it. You just need to make sure everything stays intact.
So no air has to come out.
No.
Is that the goal?
Yes.
Okay.
So now after 3 days, we can bring them out and dry. You dry for 2 days and you have what is sitting on the market.
Wow. So what are the benefits of actually learning to do it yourself?
Okay.
As opposed to just walking to the market and buying it from someone.
It breaks my heart that I have to tell you to do it in a house because, yes, I need those market women to have money. They are paying school fees and other things. But if you can have somebody you can so trust, then you do it. The reason why I wanted to speak about this is that I'm a public health advocate. So obviously I want you to eat something which is of goodness or of good to your body. The reason why I would want you to do it in a house is because of the issues with FDA and the fact that some of our market women were using
harmful chemicals
to preserve our Koobi or our tilapia. It gave the fish this appearance. It made it difficult for even flies to come into contact. So obviously, if I'm coming to buy Koobi and I see that the house flies don't want to dare
why would you, a human being,
closer
to eat it?
To your Koobi? Okay, Koobi where the so I will probably want to go for that one. But what did that person use to preserve?
But if flies are afraid of it, then you as a human being should
because
be afraid. Because
formalin, they can't go closer to it. They will die.
They will die. So you should know better than that.
So it is used to preserve dead bodies.
Okay.
So indirectly, it's a dead fish. So
yeah,
we're trying to. But it's just to improve on the appearance, make it look in our sight as something that is wholesome, because obviously if there are no flies around, it means that, okay, there is something about this Koobi, that's why they don't want to come closer to it. But it is really harmful. It was such a big news. All the media houses were talking about it. So this is what you are feeding us with. We want Koobi, and this is what you are giving us. So to avoid all that, if you have that market woman, if you know market woman Akosua, who can give you Koobi you can trust, to go for it. But the safest way is to do it in a house. Dziffa, is this tedious to do?
No. It's really
tiring
simple,
to do.
actually.
It's a simple thing to do. So
really
you can make your own Koobi, and at the end of the day, you are assured of some goodness, especially with what you are using as far as the preservation is concerned, as far as salt is concerned.
Okay. Now let's walk through the kind of meals we enjoy with Koobi and how that adds to the nutritional value of the meals. Okay, so
Koobi is such a thing people don't want to get closer to, especially when you have people with BP, what we call BP or high blood pressure issues, because it is so salty that I don't want to rise my blood pressure or raise my blood pressure levels. So I'm staying off Koobi, I'm staying off momone, I'm staying off anything tolo beef, because they are loaded with a lot of salt. But you can enjoy them, like you said, Dziffa. You can soak it and make sure the salt, a lot of the salt comes out. Now, if I'm using Koobi in my meals, I have to make sure that I am careful, extra cautious when it comes to addition of salt.
Because
there is enough salt. Even after soaking, you can still have enough salt. But if you soak it so well, Dziffa, you can enjoy your stew and still will be able to even add another salt. We have, like the example I gave, Asanka made kontomire with plantain.
Yeah. That's abumu, right?
Abumu, Dziffa. Dziffa is a foodie.
I mean, it's Heritage Month.
Thank you.
We should say abumu.
Thank you, Dziffa Heritage. Thank you, Dziffa Heritage. Thank you, Dziffa Heritage.
Please continue.
Yeah, so Asanka, abum. We are having having abumu. We are having a bit of avocado on the side, and then
some eggs.
Some eggs, one egg.
I'm
cooking for Dziffa.
Sprinkle a bit of palm oil on there.
Yes.
So, onions.
Okay, Dziffa will want an egg. It's allowed. Yes, Heritage Month. Enjoy kakra. Yes, so with your Koobi obviously soaked to make sure that a lot of the salt is out. Now, I can enjoy half the size of a normal Koobi.
Okay, so you don't want to overdo it and put like 4 on the...
Because you want everything in there. There are people who want a bit of even salmon in their album. Yes, so you don't have to overdo things. But if it's a medium or small to medium size Koobi, then you can have it. But you want egg, you want a bit of salmon in there, I know. And then you want pear in there, you want the sea.
So what are you getting from all of this
So
goodness?
with the contomere, it is helping you as far as your iron health or iron needs is concerned.
Especially anemic.
For anemic people, anemia, people with anemia, yes. And so you were supposed to get the same iron from your Koobi, but now something has been done, or how God made this beautiful tilapia has been tampered with. And so now contomere is coming in, even if 50 has been taken off my dear Koobi as far as its nutritive value is concerned. Honorable contomere is there to support. Now you have egg in there. Egg is also an excellent source as far as iron health or iron is concerned. And so it means...
You can even add konsusa.
Yes, and that turkey berries. Yes. Turkey berries are... Hey, in fact, your abomu is loaded. Your abomu is a blood tonic. The first abomu is a blood tonic. And it's...
But it's important.
It is very important. If you are a pregnant woman who is almost due and you have issues with your blood pressure, Dziffa has given you an excellent meal for lunch to help make sure we are bringing your iron levels to the needed level. Because if it's so low and you deliver, you bleed, Dziffa.
Oh, yeah.
That is okowoya wamba. I'm like, when they come to the facility, I'm like, this thing is old, it's a cake. We don't want to be hearing it. So listen to Dziffa. Abomu with konsusa in there, with kosia.
When was the last time you heard
with one on hey, konsusa. Turkey berries, yes. Turkey berries in there. It's Heritage Month, so Dziffa wants everybody.
All my tree.
I am always surprised that Dziffa is teaching Akosua chi. It's so funny, but I'm thankful. Kumasi did the magic. Yes, so yes, you can have that and be assured of enough iron. Yes, if you do a turkey berries, they come to the facility, we boost their iron levels in just 1 week.
Wow.
With turkey berries and pineapple, because pineapple,
and they're so affordable.
Pineapple is an enhancer. Turkey berries is loaded in iron. Wow. So if you are taking the abomu with plantain obviously blessed with potassium, and we spoke, potassium has come in our conversation. This is like the 4th time. Yet it is good as far as you don't like it when I go there, but I'll go there. Our sexual health and other benefits are concerned. Yes, in Ghana we want to hear that. Even the pastor does it. So you are assured of a lot of goodness as far as eat what we grow in Ghana, basically. So aside abomu and plantain, Dziffa, you can have some bean stew. There are people who are not comfortable. I have a friend who's not comfortable with what we call momone. She'll prefer to use Koobi instead of momone because she's like, this is stale fish. I'm going to cook with stale fish. I don't like momone. I prefer Koobi, but at the end of the day, they are all
some people can use dawa as well.
Well,
if you're vegetarian,
because of the smell that comes. Now we have dawa powder, so it doesn't come with this pungent smell. But I love the pungent smell, though. It makes it dawa. That makes it dawa. We have strong spices and condiments. Yes, but if you are not comfortable with the momone, you can use Koobi to start off. In fact, changes the aroma. It changes how the stew goes. For instance, if I'm having garden egg stew with Koobi, yes, just cut into pieces in there with a bit of egg here, with some boiled yam, and then some avocado on the side, Dziffa. It means that I am enjoying made in Ghana food and still pumping a lot of goodness as far as nutrition is concerned. We have a lot of other foods. It's about you. I can decide to cook my bean stew using Koobi instead of momone. So how you want to go with it is up to you. Light soup, obunobunu soup, palm nut soup. Hey, it's fish.
Some people even add it to the aito.
Yes.
After they use
Dziffa, yes, it is very nice. And then they fry it in such a way that it becomes...
Instead of palm oil, then, you pour it on. Thank you.
Thank you,
Wrap up for us the importance of, adding Koobi to your meal.
Koobi is basically fish. So when you are taking fish, you are short of high-grade protein. It is a healthier alternative, yes. And we said that you should make sure you are doing it in the house because you can't so trust what is out there. So make your Koobi in the house if you can. If you cannot, to make sure you are getting it from the right person or the right grocery shop. make sure if you are doing it in a house too, you are using the salt we spoke about.
Yes.
You can use the iodized salt, but you are just getting iodine in there. But if you use the Himalayan, like I spoke about, or the sea salt, you are sure of all the over 80 elements and minerals we need for our survival. Minerals comes in traces. You don't need them much as compared to the macronutrients. They are under the micronutrients. But our bodies need them. Our brains will need them. Our whole body will need every mineral and every vitamin. So make sure you are doing it right.
Thank you so much, Akosua
Thanks for
Konadu
having
Yiadom.
me.
Where do we follow you?
Okay, so on Instagram, at the Nutritionist Akosua, at the Nutritionist Akosua, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Nutritionist Akosua. And you can call me on 0243-350206.
Thank you. And
Thank you,
stay
Dziffa.
safe, wash your hands. Don't go touch
Hey,
anybody's
Charlie.
hands. Thank you guys so much for staying for the nutritional segment.
We hope you've enjoyed the show. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment, and share with your friends. This is Breakfast Daily on Citi TV.
Join the Breakfast Daily team Monday through Fridays from 7:30 a.m. to 10. Join us for breakfast daily, only on Citi TV.